From family and relationship therapist to international author and media commentator, Dr. Karen Phillip is working to demystify the power of hypnotherapy and reveal the natural benefits of the subconscious mind. So, is she a game changer? Let's find out. I'm Sarah Harris. Welcome to Game Changers. Welcome to Game Changers. Now, some people are a little bit sceptical of hypnotherapy. Why do you think that is?
A lot of people see hypnotherapy as a form of hypnosis that they see on stage. It's all very interesting and people do weird things. But hypnotherapy is a therapeutic type of hypnosis, if you like. People are in full control of themselves. They hear everything. They're not out. They're not under any of those. They are simply in a relaxed state. And while they're in that relaxed state, we're able to bypass what we call the conscious critical thinking and access the subconscious part of the mind. And the subconscious part of the mind is what drives us to our habits and our behaviours. So when we can change those types of behaviours and habits that people wish to change, then the hypnotherapy works successfully. People can only do what they wish to do.
So can anyone be hypnotised for this therapy?
If you can go to sleep of a night, relax enough to go to sleep of a night, then you can certainly relax to benefit from hypnotherapy.
So there's no swinging pendulums, no look into my eyes?
No, not these days. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but in my training and my experience, no, that's sort of gone about, many decades ago. What we do is we enable the mind the conscious mind to go elsewhere. It can think of anything it wants. It could even think of preparing dinner that night. But it's the subconscious mind that we access.
People turn to hypnotherapy for all sorts of reasons. Smoking cessation is one, weight loss, but you're now using it to treat anxiety and depression, which I find really fascinating. Tell us about that.
Usually it's to do with fear. It's to do with a feeling of being overwhelmed. So what we do is we manage that emotion, not the anxiety. We have an amazing ability, all people do, to manage themselves. But we've been led to believe, I guess, thank you to pharmaceutical companies, that we need a pill to fix us. And that means if we need to be fixed, there's something wrong with us. But in fact, there's nothing wrong with us. We may simply have an experience or a stage of life where we are feeling overwhelmed.
And you've actually used this therapy on yourself.
Well, a few years ago, I had to go in for an emergency hysterectomy, as you say, and I wasn't really prepared for that. I had a week's notice. My husband also does some hypnotherapy, and he used it on me a couple of times prior to the surgery, saying that I would recover very quickly, the pain level would be very low. And instead of the 4 to 5 days in hospital, I was there for 2. I had no pain medication, and I was fully recovered and back at work within 3 weeks.
It's quite extraordinary how powerful the mind is, right?
It is. I've even spoken to surgeons, and they've actually been in theatres with patients having heart surgery, and the only anaesthetic they used was hypnosis.
Wow, that sounds fascinating. Now, you have taken hypnotherapy a step further. You now offer virtual hypnotherapy sessions.
What I was finding is that I had people approaching me for my sessions, particularly for stop smoking, weight loss and anxiety, and they were coming from all over the state. I even had people Skyping in from overseas, and it was my husband that said, why don't you video what you're doing and record it all and put it online so people can access it anywhere in the world, whenever they want. So they don't need to wait for an appointment. They don't need to pay, $400 or $500 for a session. They can simply pay a small amount of money, access it whenever they want, keep the session as their own and use it whenever and if ever they need to again. And that's what we did.
You are a very busy woman. Not only are you doing the hypnotherapy side of things, but you also are a relationship counsellor and you deal with family problems. What are some of the biggest concerns and worries that your patients come to you with?
I guess it comes down to the fact of communication in most all areas, and that includes communication with the couple, with their children, with their extended family perhaps, but communication is the main issue. What I say is that we all learn to talk from a young age and we can hear, but we never actually learn to communicate with each other. Most couples come in and they go, well, we fight. Everyone fights. And I ask, what's the reason you think everyone fights? Well, everyone does. You know, my parents did, my brothers and sisters fight with their partners. And when I say to them, well, actually, no, you never need to fight or have conflict or an argument in your relationship. Never. And they're quite astonished, and it's like, how? Okay, let's work on that.
So on top of your professional life, you also like to give back, and you are an ambassador for the World Kindness Movement. So what exactly is that?
World Kindness is a worldwide kindness movement, and I'm an ambassador for World Kindness Australia. And what it is, it's a way to promote kindness with everyone. And we have a saying, always take the kinder option. And that is so simple yet so very powerful, and that's what we teach.
Very well said. Karen, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.